The Senate chamber was silent, but the tension in the air was heavy enough to choke on. Cameras lined the back walls, journalists leaned forward over their laptops, and every senator in attendance seemed to sense that the moment about to unfold would not soon be forgotten. Senator Elizabeth Warren, fiery as ever, had just delivered a pointed jab at Senator John Kennedy of Louisiana. With her sharp tone cutting through the chamber like a knife, she accused him of being a relic of the past, holding this country back from progress. Gasps erupted across the room. It was a loaded insult, one meant to sting, to leave him diminished in the eyes of the public. Kennedy, however, did not flinch. He adjusted his glasses, folded his notes neatly on the desk before him, and leaned into the microphone with the calm, deliberate poise of a man who had spent a lifetime in the arena. He wasn't angry. He wasn't rattled. He was ready. Relic of the past? Kennedy began slowly, his soft southern drawl filling the chamber with a steady rhythm. Well, Senator Warren, let me tell you something about relics. Sometimes the things that last, through generations, through hardship, through storms and wars, those are the things worth keeping. You call it the past. I call it wisdom. The chamber went still. His words carried not only a defense of himself but of an entire way of life that countless Americans still cherished. But Kennedy wasn't finished. He leaned forward, his voice gaining quiet strength. You see, Senator, the values I stand for aren't outdated. Respect for hard work. Belief in family. Faith in God. The idea that you should keep your word and pay your debts. That you should lift people up, not tear them down with insults. Now, if that makes me a relic, then I'll wear the badge proudly. Because I would rather be a relic of honor than a monument to hypocrisy. The words struck like thunder. Some senators tried to hide their smirks, others stared at Warren, waiting for her reply. But Kennedy wasn't attacking her with venom, he was dismantling her insult with grace, turning it into a weapon of truth. Warren tried to interject, but Kennedy raised a hand gently, signaling that he hadn't finished. Let me ask you something, Senator Warren. When a farmer in Louisiana wakes up before dawn, puts food on the table for his kids, and still finds time to pray for his neighbor, do you call it the past? When a teacher works long hours, buying supplies out of her own paycheck, not because she's chasing glory, but because she loves her students, do you call her a relic? When a soldier puts on his uniform and writes a letter home just in case he doesn't make it back, tell me, Senator, is he too just a relic of the past? The silence that followed was deafening. Even those who disagreed with Kennedy politically couldn't help but feel the weight of his words. They weren't just clever lines crafted for television soundbites, they were rooted in truth, in a kind of unshakable SI.